All right, welcome to SLB, something like ballers. We here today, a day before the NBA draft 2019. All right, we here to talk about our mock draft and what we got. Our mock draft 2.0 from the other one. I'm Derek. Rob, what's good?
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up?
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the draft and.
Oh, before we start the draft.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
This is not a halftime episode. I know it's kind of being set up as a halftime episode with me being on the phone. We just, our schedules conflicted. We're just gonna meet up. So this will be a regular episode. It'll be on the regular, media platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
Yup.
I think you'll have it on the normal means.
Yeah.
Is what we're basically trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, these halftime episodes they've been cool. They've been cool. I don't mind the on the phone stuff if it sounds good too, but in person is always better.
Yeah, it's always a little clearer for you guys.
Yeah.
But
all right, let's get into the mock draft. Going number one, it's gonna be Ball out of Oregon. Nah. It's gonna be number one to the Pelicans, Zion Williamson. That should be set in stone. All right.
Yeah, that is the consensus pick. That is literally what every mock draft had. There's no real mock draft that has veered from this. And if there is one, it probably isn't a...
It's not reliable. Let's just say that.
It's not reliable. I don't want to say that, but everyone has their own opinions. But yeah, Zion, he's pegged to be the number one. Hard, to veer from that. Transcendent, athletic player. I still don't think he'll be the number one player in the draft. I think when it's all said and done, a later player will be that. But with AD leaving, you're hoping this will be, the player of the future, franchise player, face of the franchise.
Yeah.
I said this on another episode. With him, even just the lottery being set up, when the Pelicans got the number one overall pick, and everyone assumed he would be the pick, they sold 3,000 tickets, 3,000 season tickets or something like that.
Yeah.
So you can already feel his impact on the organization, on the franchise, on the city. So it's a football town. Let's hope that could change it. Not that there's anything wrong with football. We love football, but we also want to see the basketball players and that team get some love.
Yeah. Zion's going to probably a solid team, something that you don't see with most first round picks, because usually they go into some crappy teams and they're truly going through like a strong rebuild. Not saying that the Pelicans kind of aren't in this phase, but in going back to the Lakers trade, so the Lakers traded Pelicans traded AD and to the Lakers, and they got back Lonzo, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, and some future first round picks. And then the first round pick in the fourth pick this year. That's going to be a solid team. That's going to be a pretty solid team with Lonzo, Ingram, and those guys, and Zion, Jaleel Okafor at the center spot, and can't forget Drew Holiday, underrated guy.
Yeah. I forgot who exactly said this, but like you said, this is probably one of the best, if not the best, situations a first overall pick has ever been, gone to. He has solid talent around him, lots of lottery talent, even though Lonzo Ball hasn't lived up to what he was touted to be, still a good
Don't tell LeVar that.
Good rebounder, good defender. Brandon Ingram, he really found himself after All-Star break, albeit, only for a handful of games. He was putting up like 28 points a game. He still has potential. He's a tall, long player. He can play some defense. Josh Hart can shoot the ball. So and Drew Holiday is just, a pro's pro. He's a real veteran, good defender. He's not the shooter. He had an off year from three. He's not the greatest three ball shooter. out there, but he's still a very, very good underrated player.
Yeah.
And that's just the roster. If you look at the organization from, David Griffin being the GM, the assistant GM is coming from, the Nets organization and all the stuff, Brooklyn has done out there in recent years. So they just look like they're really set up to, be a young, exciting team. I still don't think they'll make the playoffs, but they'll be a very good, young, exciting team. Probably one of the most exciting teams to see next year.
Yeah, I agree with that full-heartedly. All right, let's move on to the second pick. The Grizzlies have the second pick. And today, Mike Conley got traded from the Grizzlies to Utah. The Utah sent back Jay Crowder, Kyle Korver, and Grayson Allen, and also some picks in there as well. So, Ra, for the last time, as I was telling you for so long, Ja Morant is going to the Memphis Grizzlies with the second pick, not RJ Barrett.
That is looking like that's been the consensus for a while. There was, a little span, very, very short span, where Memphis said, they wasn't sure if they would go,
They were sure.
Morant. But, with this trade, it really looks like they have just opened the doors and wholeheartedly welcome Morant. I know a lot of people thought even if Mike Conley stayed, Mike Conley would kind of play like a big brother mentorship role.
Yeah, for a year, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like, he decided to just go out and get some assets. Morant, even a solid situation himself. He has some talent around him with JJJ. Valanciunas might be coming back.
Yeah.
So
DeLon Wright.
It's his team. It's his team. He doesn't have anyone to kind of that handcuff him per se,
No.
or hold him back. He'll be free to sink or swim, make his own mistakes, and really prove that he is deserving of his number 2 spot. And I don't want to say he's not deserving, but Grizzlies, if you're listening, draft RJ Barrett.
It's not happening, bro. It's not happening.
I can't see Barrett in New York. I can't.
It's not happening. All right, we'll get to that, but I think here with this second pick, the spotlight is going to be on Ja Morant because he really came out of nowhere. Murray State is not known. It's not one of those known big schools. It's like one. It's like that Weber. It's like a Weber, Weber, like those type of colleges. So with the number 2 pick, the spotlight's gonna be on him. I want to say the pressure. It'd be the pressure of being the number 2 pick, but he's in Memphis, so
Yeah, so there's no real pressure.
It's not no real pressure. Yeah.
They're clearly still rebuilding.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I think this is clear cut that he's gonna be the number 2 pick for Memphis. All right, let's go to the third pick. Yeah, let's go to the third pick. The New York Knicks, they will be selecting RJ Barrett.
New York Knicks selecting Darius Garland.
And RJ Barrett.
Yeah, off of the Jekyll side, it's looking like RJ Barrett will be a Knick. Reports had him in New York, actually, apartment shopping.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He wants to be here. And when someone says they want to be in New York...
He's already said he wants to be in New York, He wants the Knicks to draft him. A little humor to this is, he prefers Brooklyn. The favorite borough in New York is Brooklyn.
I mean, who is it?
When your contract is up, you always got a home with the Nets. You can always sign here. But, it's looking like he's going to New York. Even though the Knicks were reported to be very interested in Garland, even for a second, Garland feels like he has a good chance at going number 3, but reports also show, or have said, that the New York Knicks are almost undoubtedly going RJ Barrett,
as they
who
should.
I believe is the best player in this draft.
Don't worry, they're going to make the right decision. We also heard Cam Reddish. That was all nonsense. Darius Garland is nonsense as well. It's going to be RJ.
Darius, both of y'all be prepared to be the number 3 pick.
But look, I can't go through. I can't go through another New York draft where the Giants selected Daniel Jones with the 6th pick. I can't have the Knicks selecting Darius Garland,
They,
or Cam Reddish.
select
They're
that
good
French guy
players.
so they could pair him up with Frank.
They're good. They're good players, but you select RJ Barrett here. Come on, it's. I've actually have trust in Scott Perry and Steve Mills. Like they've been good. They've actually been the good GMs that the Knicks have needed for years, and they haven't had. Even though the reign of James Dolan is still hanging down on the Knicks, I feel like they've had the more freedom and they've selected well. Last year's draft, they got Mitchell Robinson, they got Alonzo Trier, Kevin Knox. I think this is another year for them to have another good draft. Start off with RJ Barrett.
By the way, whenever I hear Mitchell Robinson, in my soul, it always, I'm forced to say he should have been a net. I'm always forced to say that. That pick we used on Musa, we should have used on Mitchell Robinson. But, yeah.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett to the Knicks.
All right, the fourth pick is going to be going to New Orleans. That was the Lakers pick that they traded away for AD. So this pick, I think that they should select Jared Culver. I think that's what they should go with. I think they have the point guards with Lonzo and Drew Holiday. So I don't think you go Darius Garland here. I think you need another player like Jared Culver, somebody. And I've been hearing compared to Jimmy Butler a lot. Somebody who could play on both ends of the floor, get his own shot. And just another shooter, another guy out there, and then somebody who could play defense on the other end. So I think that's where they personally go with that. What you think, Rob?
That makes some sense. As far as if you're gonna kind of put Lonzo behind Drew Holiday instead of kind of playing them together, that way you kind of have. I mean, it's still a good defensive team.
Yeah.
Or potentially a good defensive team with those players. I think, New Orleans, they want a center. I think the center that they would go for with the number 4th pick is too high. He'll be there later. So I think actually with this 4th pick, the Pelicans actually do that trade with the Hawks and get the 8th and 10th pick and give the Hawks the 4th pick. And then with that 4th pick for the Hawks, I think the Hawks, Jared Culver, it would be a good pick because, like you say, he can play both sides of the ball. He's very physical, can shoot the ball really well, can defend.
Yeah.
But I think they go after the best perimeter defender in this draft, that being DeAndre Hunter. He's a little bigger, a little more physical. The Hawks need defense, so either pick you can't go wrong in. But DeAndre Hunter has kind of drawn some comparisons to Kawhi. I don't think he'll quite be Kawhi,
No.
but just to draw those comparisons, that's a big compliment.
Yeah.
So I think DeAndre Hunter gets drafted, goes to the Hawks to help them with their defense, help them with their wing play. They just lost Torian Prince, in the Nets trade, who was a good defender and a good shooter. So he steps in and immediately replaces that. He'll be able to defend probably the 1 through 4 position, and he'll probably be able to play the 2 through 4 position.
Yeah.
So a player that versatile, the Hawks take him off the board to pair him with Trae Young and John Collins.
Yeah. The Cleveland Cavaliers have the 5th pick. I'm thinking with this pick, I think this is where. Now I had Darius Garland going here. The Cavs do have Colin Sexton. I originally had Darius Garland going there. I'm trying to think if I still want him to go here or if they pick up what you were saying before in DeAndre Hunter, because, and I'll get to this with the 6th pick. So I'm thinking here with the 5th pick. I think the Cavs, since I think they go with DeAndre Hunter here instead. I think they're gonna go with DeAndre Hunter. Yeah.
I think as far as your draft board goes, DeAndre Hunter going in that pick makes more sense.
Yeah, I think so.
They have Sexton, and it makes no sense to get another point guard to pair with a point guard, and they're both not big point guards, so that would be a really small backcourt. The Cavs are just they're in a total rebuild. Obviously, at this point they're really just looking for talent.
Yeah.
Here I actually go with Jared Culliver since I have DeAndre Hunter going right before him.
Yeah.
Jared Culliver, who can of course create his own shot, play great defense. He has a good jumper, and you compare him with Colin Sexton and hope for a dynamic backcourt going into the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they go for a wing player here. In Cleveland. Either one of those two. You have Jared Culver, I have DeAndre Hunter going there. And then now with the 6th pick, Phoenix needs a point guard desperately. They need a point guard desperately. To pair with Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton out there in Phoenix and Mikal Bridges and those guys. So here, this is where I think Darius Garland is going to be going. Phoenix with the 6th pick. Come in, play well, period. Phoenix has been needing a point guard for a long time, for a while now. I think, since Dragic and Isaiah Thomas, since they had that 3-guard system they were doing with Dragic,
Dragic,
and Thomas. Yeah. Wait, who'd you say?
Dragic, Bledsoe, and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, Bledsoe, yeah. Didn't they have Brandon Knight at one point, too?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. But yeah.
And speaking of which, Brandon Knight is in Cleveland too. I'm not sure if he has another year on his contract, but that would be another reason to not draft Garland. But yeah, back to Phoenix.
But anyway, when was the last time Brandon Knight has played? That's the thing too.
I didn't watch many Cavs games.
Yeah, I know. Nobody has. Nobody did. But yeah, who do you think the Phoenix is picking up?
I agree with you as far as this is a spot for a point guard to go. I actually have Kobe White going ahead of Darius Garland.
Yeah.
He's you're more sure of him. He's obviously played more games. Garland was out with the injury. Kobe, as a freshman, was a big part of that UNC team. Go Tar Heels. But yeah, he's a big part of them in that run in the tournament. He made a lot of big shots. He was a little shaky in clutch moments, and that just comes from, being new to the big stage, a little lack of experience. But I think, he'll be able to help Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton greatly. Another thing, and this was, of course, again, I don't watch a lot of Suns games either, but from the Summer League and some games I've watched, they had, at times, a real struggle getting DeAndre Ayton the ball. And that could just be a small sample size of, just happenstance of the games I just chose to watch.
Yeah.
But with Kobe White, they'll have a player who can get people the ball, feed them, and shoot the ball really well. So it'll be a great pairing for Devin Booker in that backcourt and DeAndre Ayton. I don't think Kobe White will be a star point guard, but he'll definitely be a talented enough point guard where he's a viable starter to help the team.
Yeah. The Bulls have the 7th pick, and I think this is another team now that needs a point guard. To pair with Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, who else they got? Wendell Carter. Otto Porter. And the Bulls have they have a lot of talent on that team. Chris Dunn really hasn't been getting it done.
Ironically, done. But
Ironic.
yeah, Chris Dunn's actually, I like him a lot.
I like him. Yeah, he was supposed to be like that defender, like a defender type of point guard. But anyway, I think this is where Kobe White goes. He's going to be the next point guard off the board. I think Kobe White and Darius Garland are going to be 2 point guards that are going to come off somewhere in the lottery. But I think this is where he goes to Chicago. Again, they need a point guard to help run everything. So this is where I think he's going to go.
Yeah, I agree as far as the point guard, but just like Hunter and Culliver, I kind of have these swapped where I have Darius Garland going with the number 7 pick to the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls have the shooting guard position addressed in Zach LaVine. They have the small forward with Otto Porter, Lauri Markkanen at the power forward, and Wendell Carter Jr. at the center. Really, all they're looking for is a point guard. Not to say that Chris Dunn has done a bad job. he's just still learning, you know. And a lot of players who on that team kind of dominate the ball, and with him not being the greatest shooter, it's kind of hard for him to play off the ball. He's even admitted, you know, this is new to him. He's used to always having the ball in his hand, so it's a transition for him. So here with Darius Garland, even though it's a small sample size, you get a player who can really shoot the ball, whether it be off the dribble or on the catch and shoot. That way he can play on and off the ball with Zach LaVine and the rest of those players. Everyone in that starting lineup could pretty much shoot. Darius Garland will need to work on his defense. So will Zach LaVine. The only real two defenders, well, the front court is basically going to be carrying the defense because the back court aren't the greatest of defenders, but Zach LaVine is very athletic. Otto Porter is pretty athletic. Larry Marketing has been, you know, really good. So this is a good young Bulls team who is just got to get a few veteran pieces and a good head coach to really put everything together. But yeah, Darius Garland right here is what I believe the Chicago Bulls will get.
Yeah. The 8th pick now, you have the 8th pick being going to New Orleans because the Hawks would have traded up with the 4th pick. That's what you had said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Pelicans would have the 8th and 10th pick. I still have the Hawks having the 8th pick. I think here, this is where Cam Reddish is going to go. I think the point guards have kind of like pushed him down, and I think also himself, his stock kind of lowered a little bit after the season he had. He didn't have like a really stellar season, but I think this is where he's gonna go. I think he fits right in between John Collins and Trae Young and what they're doing. Again, like we said, they lost Taurean Prince, so I think this is where I think this is a team for him. What do you think?
Okay, so I guess that makes sense because you know, like you said, they need wing players.
Yeah.
But as far as you know, what I have on my board with the 8th pick, the New Orleans Pelicans go for a position with need, even though they have what is his name? Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have Jahlil Okafor out of Duke. I think he's still under contract. I could be wrong. But they have him. He's a talented big. You know, he's not a star player. He's a good rotational piece. So, but they still need that starting caliber center. And that's, as I said, they go position of need and get Bobo. The 7'2" center, I think he has a 7'6", 7'7" wingspan. Has a decent handle for his size.
Yeah.
He can really shoot the ball, can play defense, you know, good shot blocker. Of course, there are injury concerns, concerns of, you know, can he hold up? Can he put, you know, some weight on? Will he be able to rebound? But here, they get a very talented big who has really impressed at, you know, recent workouts. And think about it. Bobo, Zion, Brandon Ingram, Drew Holiday, and Lonzo Ball. That's a long team. That's a good defensive team. That's a very athletic team.
Young
so,
team.
as I said, I think the Pelicans, you know, really hit a home run this draft, having 3 picks in what, the top 10?
Yeah.
So they have a chance to do something special, you know. And as I said, the organization has good people running it now. So I think Bobo is a good spot here where they don't feel that they reached for him and missed out on marquee talent, and they still have another pick to go. So they address the position of need, and now they can attack something else with their next pick later on.
Yeah, Bobo reminds me of that Porzingis type, that long, skinny, tall dude. Just he can shoot from outside. He can put the ball on the floor if he needs to. Yeah, that'd be a scary young team if they're able to get him and pick him up there. All right, this is where the draft starts to get hazy for me because after this, I know the names, but I'm not sure who's gonna get picked up like that.
You have a lot of teams that have big needs.
Yeah,
but a lot of players who might not be able to live up to them big needs.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Well, and one of those teams, the 9th with the 9th pick is the Washington Wizards. Take it away, Rob. Who you think going in to the Wizards?
Originally, I had Nazir Little going at this pick.
Yeah.
But then I remember I didn't have, Cam getting drafted yet. So here, Cam Reddish would actually be a good pick. They get a player with high upside, even though he struggled at college. He had to play third fiddle to Zion and R.J. Barrett.
Yep. I mean, as he should.
Here, he'll still have to play kind of a third fiddle role, but he'll have a little bit more freedom. John Wall can help get him the ball. Bradley Beal, if they're able to bring him back, help space the floor so he can operate on ISO situations, because he has a good handle. He can penetrate. He wasn't able to showcase a lot of the stuff he's able to do at Duke.
Yeah.
Because of the system they're in. But here he'll get plenty of open 3 shots. He'll be able to create, and I'm not sure what the Wizards are going towards to the future, but if
I don't think they're sure either.
But if Bradley Beal ends up leaving and they end up moving on from John Wall, Cam Reddish had a chance to make the Washington Wizards his team.
Well, one thing I think that's interesting about the Wizards is it was like right after the finals. I don't know if you saw that report come out that they wanted to get Masai Ujiri. Like they were going to offer him like $10 million.
Yeah. And that would be a good pickup.
I mean, that would be an amazing pickup. I think any team he goes to, like, he just brings them a wealth of needs. He did that in Denver. He did it in Toronto. I mean, he could practically fix the Wizards. I mean, I would like him to come to the Knicks and just be a consultant and just bring the Knicks back to relevancy. We don't know Bradley Beal. I've seen some interesting things about Bradley Beal. I've seen, like, the Knicks should offer the 3rd pick for Bradley Beal and some players. I've seen certain things like that, but I've seen also at first I think I've seen even LA that they were saying in LA before this AD trade, maybe they should try and pick him up, but yeah, I mean we're gonna see what the Wizards are gonna try and do. All right, the 10th pick would be the Atlanta Hawks pick, if they didn't do this trade, but for you, Rod, this is the New Orleans is going to be picking here at the 10th pick. So who did they pick up?
All right, so Nola has now addressed all their kind of positions of need.
Yeah.
So at this point, they're going depth. So I think instead of the Wizards getting Nazir Little, I think New Orleans gets Nazir Little here.
Oh, okay.
Nazir Little is another guy who, going into the college season, he was supposed to be a top 3, top 5 pick. Didn't live up to those expectations. He fell out of the rotation a couple of times because, he struggles with the defensive schemes or what have you. And also because, freshmen have to earn their way. But, he showed some high moments or big moments in the tournament. Here, the Pelicans get a player who can defend positions 1 through 4.
Mm-hmm.
He can play positions 2 through 4. He's 6'6", but he has like a 7'1" wingspan. Real big, powerful guy.
Yeah.
And, if they allow Drew Holiday to leave, now you have him that you could possibly fit him at the 2 next to Lonzo. So now you have 6'5", 6'6" Lonzo, 6'6", 6'7", Nazir Little, 6'10", Brandon Ingram, 6'7", Zion, and then 7'2", Bobo. So that's still a big lineup, still very good defensively, and the Pelicans at this point, they're just drafting for depth and, potential, and he's one of the players with the highest potential in the draft.
All right, let's see what's going to happen there. The 11th pick is going to go to the Minnesota Timberwolves. What do you think is going to happen there?
Minnesota, ever since drafting Jimmy Butler, have just been in limbo. They've been bad, but not bad enough to get, like, a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins has really started proving me right. I didn't think he was all that coming out of college. I didn't think, he was the best player in the draft to be drafted number one. And not to say he's not talented. He is a talented player, but I just don't think he's that guy.
Yeah.
And he's already started declining. So to help that team, that team probably best to get a point guard. That's why they're kind of looking at D'Angelo Russell, trying to lure him out there. But you don't want to draft a point guard this high with, the top caliber point guards already being gone. So I have them going for Rui Hachimaru.
Yeah,
I think it's Hachimara.
You got it, I think.
Yeah. So, yeah. Rui, here, you get a player that you can put next to Cat. He can stretch the floor. He shot over 40% from three in college, I believe. He's a good rebounder for his size. Very athletic, very versatile. He can probably play the three and probably play small ball five. So that's three positions he can play and defend.
Yeah.
And as I say, he can space the floor. So that might help Wiggins as far as Wiggins creating shots for himself. That'll help Cat, when Cat's in the post. I think Minnesota goes here. They need. I'm not sure what they need. I feel like year after year I'm saying Minnesota is talented enough to make the playoffs, and then they just don't make the playoffs.
Yeah. I agree with that. The 12th pick is gonna go to Charlotte. Charlotte needs everything. Kemba Walker has been. It's been reported saying that he's probably looking to stay. I'm not sure why he wants to stay. I can understand why, for the money and the money aspect.
Supermax.
For that Supermax, since he made the NBA All-Third team, right? No, he made one of the teams.
But if he did,
I don't know how, but yeah. Anyway, he's good, but yeah. Kemba, and then there's also been reports saying that he might take a pay cut.
yes, like pay cut, so they can help bring people. I don't know
who those are. Yeah,
like, Michael Jordan.
He's gonna come out of retirement.
Me.
Yeah. I don't know, but Charlotte needs any help they could get. I can't honestly. I can't. They're one of those teams I can't name. After Kemba Walker, it's very hard for me to name players. There's Gilchrist. Do they still have Nicholas Batum?
Yeah, they still have him. Kid Gilchrist is still there. Tony Parker just retired.
He just retired.
Frank the Tank is still out there, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
The Bridges kid who was in the dunk contest.
Oh, yeah, he's there. I think Malik Monk, right? Isn't Malik Monk there, too?
Yeah.
Who do you think they're going to need, Rod? Who do you think they're going to pick up? They need any help they can get, so.
Originally, I had P.J. Washington going here. I'm not sure if I'm going to say they go Romeo Langford. Romeo Langford is one of my favorite players in this draft out of Indiana. Here they get a player who can create his own shot, who's, can play the point guard, shooting guard, or small forward position at 6'6". He's a solid rebounder. He came into college being known for his shot. He had a finger injury most of the season, so his three-point shot suffered a lot. But he can get to the rack at will, draw fouls, finish through contact. On the off chance, they lose Kemba to, the Lakers are another team.
Yeah.
Even though he's pretty much said that he wants to come back, but everyone says things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here they get a player who, on the off chance he leaves, he can play that point guard position for stretches. Again, he can find his own shot. He won't have to rely on Kemba Walker, and he'll be able to catch and shoot if he's able to find that three ball again.
Yeah. All right, we're coming up to the last two picks of the lottery, the 13th and 14th pick. Miami has the 13th pick. Miami, Hassan Whiteside picked up his option, but he's looking like he wants to be out of there because he just hasn't been getting the playing time. I think Gordon Dragic also opted back in as well. Who do you think is going to Miami?
Miami has a lot of players that are basically going to have to depend on either their athleticism or point guards to get them the ball.
Yeah.
So here, I think they try to look for their successor to Dwayne Wade and draft Kevin Porter Jr. I know a lot of mock drafts haven't fallen lower. If he falls lower, I will be happy because I see some mock drafts saying he'll come to Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Porter Jr. for me is my dark horse in the draft. I think he has the potential to be a top 3 player in this draft. I don't think he'll be the best player, but he definitely has the potential, if he's in the right situation, allowed to grow, allowed to develop. He has the potential to be one of the top 3 players in this draft. He has to improve his free throw shooting, but he can handle the ball really well. He can play, the point guard position, shooting guard position. He can shoot the hell out of that ball.
Yeah.
He has a good, shot from beyond the arc. I mean, I could have said behind, but yeah, beyond the arc. So here they got a player, high potential, high character. I don't want to say high character. There were some issues with him.
Yeah, I've heard good things about his character, yeah.
Yeah. So there's some off-the-court issues with him, but, he comes from, a rough background, rough backstory. His father, I believe, passed. So I believe Miami goes and picks him, to clean up all that off-the-court stuff. Pat Riley, he rules with an iron fist out in Miami, so yeah. I think they'll be able to get a hold on all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I've been hearing those have been the reasons why his stock kind of dropped, because I've heard the name Kevin Porter Jr., but some drafts have him being drafted pretty low. Yeah, I think that would be a good pickup for Miami there if they do think about going there with him. But maybe, like you said, maybe he drops so low that he comes to Brooklyn. He's a sleeper.
Yeah.
All right, the last pick of the lottery is going to go to the Celtics via the Kings. The Celtics have 3, I think, first-round picks in this draft. Al Horford just declined his option. He's looking for another 3 or 4 year deal somewhere else. I've seen that the Lakers.
Not on the Brooklyn for that. I'll come over here.
Yeah, I've seen the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Mavs interested in the deal. Interested in him. So we'll see there. I actually have some breaking Kyrie news actually to talk about Kyrie for a second. I see something coming across Bleacher Report saying that the Nets may stop pursuing Kyrie because they have concerns that if they sign Kyrie, he's not going to be able to bring Kevin Durant with him. And I think that's such a smart effing thing of the Nets not to get him there by himself. I just don't believe him by himself is just not enough. So it looks like there's a potential that they might stop pursuing him if he can't convince Kevin Durant to come with him. And maybe he comes to the Knicks instead. So
Alright, so let me just
that's breaking news, but yeah.
Let me just
react to that.
Right
yeah,
there.
React to that news, and then also let me know who you think the Celtics are going to take with their 14th pick to end off the lottery.
Yeah, so there's no way in hell that the Nets, knowing they might not get Kevin Durant from jump, and talking to Kyrie, and there's been mutual interest this entire time, all of a sudden, and also with them, potentially saying, we'll pair Kyrie with D'Angelo Russell, who better be in Brooklyn next season.
Yeah, I want to say, yeah.
Talk about pairing Kyrie with Tobias Harris or another player like that. There's There's no way all of this goes through their mind. And then only now they're like, you know what? Even though we kind of knew there was a chance we wouldn't get Kevin Durant, we're just not gonna mess with Kyrie anymore. Like, that was always a probability. If they can't get Kevin Durant, there's no way you turn down Kyrie just because he'll be the biggest signing in Nets history. I can't think of one bigger, like a free agent signing. Like, when you can't attract free agents like that, then when one wants to come, you almost have to sign them. Especially when they really want to come, they grew up fans of the team. You don't look smart turning that down.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think also the Nets, they just look attractive now to everybody. I don't think it's just Kyrie. I know he's the bigger free agent, but I think the Nets just look attractive to everybody after the season that they have and seeing what type of team that they can. That they're a fun team, they're a growing team, and that they're a team that's going to be able to win for the future. And they've been able to turn everything around. So I think there's that aspect. There's that aspect too. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just not putting any weight into that. Kyrie will be a Brooklyn Net. Even though we have to wait for the ink to dry, it's all but done. So,
okay.
Yeah,
Rob's reporting here first.
Kyrie jersey. And again, I'm one of the biggest Kyrie critics out there. I know. So for me to say all this means
it's actually
really
weird
on him being here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boston Celtics, just lost Kyrie, just lost Al Horford. Things must be crazy out there for Al Horford to just drop a $30 million check to get up out of there. Terry Rozier probably comes back now that Kyrie's gone, so they kind of have a handle on the point guard position. They have a lot of wing players, a lot of small forwards and shooting guards, so they don't really need to draft another one of those. So here you look for someone to kind of replace Al Horford and what he brought. So here the Boston Celtics draft Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
He's 6'11". I think he has like a 7'5" wingspan, 7'4" wingspan. Great defender, good shot blocker, solid rebounder, good free throw shooter as a big, if he can kind of figure out, get some range, he'll be very helpful. But the main thing about him is he doesn't need the ball. The Boston Celtics, they have a lot of ball-dominant players, and that's kind of what happened when Kyrie was there. He had to get Gordon Hayward the ball, had to get Jason Tatum the ball, Terry Rozier, just Jaylen Brown, just so many different players who needed to shoot the ball. Here they get a player who doesn't need to shoot the ball. He can do the dirty work, get the boards, and, when you get the board, reward yourself, put it back up. So you get a defense-first player, egoless. I don't like how that sounded. So he has no ego.
No ego.
But
yeah. So, well, that's the end of the lottery. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. The draft is tomorrow. Let's see what happens. I think 1, 2, and 3 are locked in. After that,
pretty much.
After that, it's a free for all. Like, anything could happen. I think we just gotta wait and see on that. I don't know about you, Rob, but I'm excited for free agency. I'm excited to see what happens. There's so much.
Yeah. I remember I seen a tweet, and it was like, this July free agency has been crazy, and it's only June 19th or something like that.
Exactly.
So that's already showing you, how psyched everyone is, how prepared people are to do, all the different stuff they have to do.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. That's the show. I want to thank everyone for listening, commenting, giving us feedback. We appreciate you all. We want to keep this going. We want to keep it getting better. You got Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, just like, Derek said, always try to remember. And I think I do it pretty consistently. But always try to remember ending the show, thanking y'all for, old listeners, new listeners. Thank you for, liking the videos, sharing the videos, giving your thoughts on videos, telling us what we're doing bad, what we can do good, what we can do better. And even if you're not leaving them on the videos, I've had people reach out to me.
Yeah, me too.
Give me their thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people have rated the videos or rated the podcast, on, Spotify or Apple Music.
Yes,
really
please rate it. Let us know what you think. Thank you for sending us texts about you can't wait for the next one, and you just like the Kyle Lowry slander and everything like that. Like
I can't even slander that man no more.
No more, you can't. It's crazy, man. This is a different world. That's the Kawhi effect. Oh, and to Kawhi.
I lost mad people I gotta slander this year.
Yo, and to Kawhi, it's good to see the man smiling and like he's actually enjoying. Or he's showing that he could enjoy
coming out of his shell.
Yeah.
With all the different stuff you see and hear, it's hard not for him to become one of your favorite players.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Me too, I'm happy for him.
Glad he's doing what he's doing. But again, this like ending segment is always for the listeners. Again, we really appreciate y'all. Please never, feel discouraged or, any type of way about reaching out to us. My Twitter is at RASHANYEBST. You can always reach out to me there. Give me thoughts, feedback. You can always, do the same thing for the Sound Like Ballers Instagram page, YouTube, what have you. Please, we love the criticism. We love the thoughts, the comments, the compliments.
Just makes us better.
Slander, what have you. It helps us be better. We want it to be better for you guys.
Yes. And for ourselves to get better and do better.
Definitely.
Thank y'all.
Also,
oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, also, me and Derek, we still need to hash out some stuff, but we're working on trying to get a website. That way we can put up articles, too, for you guys to read.
Oh, that's real. Yeah.
Yeah, so just
stay
bear with us.
Stay tuned.
Really appreciate you and on that journey. Please tell a friend and then tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace.